Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Today is Paper Pumpkin August 22's video number 22. I'm like 20. Yep. We're doing a stationery set from the dollar store and I'm going to show you, I actually have a sample done. Let me show you quickly though. This was the kit, what you could make. I can honestly tell you I have not made one of the actual cards. I've been inspired by the cards, but I haven't made not one card in the kit. I sometimes don't tend to do that. So let me show you this kit, the stationery. I mean, gotta stand up to see that it's in camera, so I'm gonna get you a little close up. I made my sunflowers. I used some of my little bees. Then you open it up, and I even stamped the little bees here, here, and here, and I covered the pen. So I'm going to show you how I did this. So let me show you what you're going to need. These were from the dollar store. I'm going to take this one out of its package. I did not want to cover the whole thing in paper. So this is what we will be working with. So I'm going to set that aside. Just wanted to show you. We made ourselves 2 of our own sunflowers. I can bring this down kind of farther. I made 2 of my sunflowers. If you're interested and you haven't seen me make these sunflowers, in video number 7, part 1, I show you step by step how I made the sunflowers. I did 2 leaves for each flower, so a total of 4 the same way. Then with this card base, okay, I took strips. This is a 1.5 inch strip, and I used the bow punch. And if you stick it in at an angle like so, you get more on your paper. So that's what I did. And I needed, let's see, 3. You need at least 3 large ones and 3 partial ones for this project. The other thing for this particular one, I thought, because you may not have the little bee trinkets, and I'm almost out of them because I've used them in this kit, I'm going to use these 2 little bees on this one. I think I'm going to use one of these that you've seen me use. So, and you will need some of that gold foil honeycomb. I have a couple of pieces here. We're going to be cutting one up. And this DSP that I am using is the Gingham. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's Gingham Cottage or Cottage Gingham. It's in the mini catalog. Hold on a second. It's with the Cottage Wreath bundle. Let's see if I can find this real quick. Sorry guys, but if you're interested, okay, let me flip through it. Oh, there it is. Okay. It is called the Gingham Cottage 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. This is it right here. I'm using a 1 1/4 inch strip by 4 3/4. We're going to do some stamping on this. Let's get that out of the way. Let's do our stamping right now. So we're just using these 2 little honeybees or bumblebees, these little cute bumbles. You know, I am just crazy for these little guys. So what I'm doing is I am just stamping randomly little bees all over this piece of DSP. So make sure that when you do a background like this, that you stamp off the sides some. So I'm going to take this little bee. He is multi-directional, and I'm using him as such. looks good. So those are all done. I'm going to set those way away from me. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and stamp inside the book. We'll color this and do it all at one time. So I'm going to open our stationery set. And I'm going to start up here, and then I'll move the stationery set around so you can see me stamping, okay? So on this one, I took this little honeybee and just did him there. I'm going to move it up for you can see. I'm going to stamp him also right there. And I'm going to stamp him in this little honeycomb. Now for the other little bee, right here where it says honey, I'm going to stamp one right there. And then in this bottom one, I'm going to stamp him in that. So next, I'm going to show you how to color these. Now this is really thin paper, and blends bleed through your paper. So color on his wings. Make sure you can see me close up. I'm just giving it a bit of color. So now I've got to readjust this. Let's see if I can get the top layer. Yep. I have not done a craft fair in forever, and I'm doing my first one in like probably 20 years, and this will be there. The Silverdale Methodist Church, I think, is where it is, where I'm going to be. So there we have those little wings. We're going to do all our little bees here first. So the Stampin' Right marker. Next, we're going to do these little bodies of our little bees. So just giving them a little bit of that bumbly color there. And then we are done with the inside, except for we need to wing pastel our bees, okay? Just have to. I'm even going to do this little one here. We need that little glisten of sun-kissed, and I'm just going to move my book for you so you can see me do this. Just dabbing lightly some of this Wink Stella on there. Okay, so now our little stationery set part, that's all done on the inside. Next, I'm putting that paper down because this will bleed through, and I don't want it on my Stampin' Pierce mat. I've stamped on it, but I don't want it totally destroyed. So we are going to do the same thing. Yes, we have, the more bees you stamp, the more you need to color. So I enjoy this. I love this little bumblebee. He is my friend. He makes me happy. Just too darn sweet. The whole, I don't know what it is about it. It's just the cutest little thing ever. So next we're going to take the, oh, we did miss one. I thought we did. So here we go. I like that little bit of blue in there. I think it gives the illusion of more movement in the bee. So we're going to do his little bodies, all of their little bodies. And I say him because all little bees that are not the queen are little male bees. So it is a he. Little worker bees like so many others out there. So we're just giving him a little kiss of shimmer and shine. And there we have it. That is for our pen, and we're going to work on that afterwards. So I'm setting that aside with the book. Now I'm going to, I took one of these gold foils and one of them I cut the inside out because I only wanted that piece, and I left this to use somewhere else. The other one I did is I cut all of the edge off. And that is this one here. And now we're going to do some more cutting. So I'm going to get my snips. I just need to make this to be 2 pieces. So just, you don't want straight lines. It's honeycomb. It's nature. That looks really good, except for this piece here I don't like. All of my little honeycomb pieces that I do here will be a different shape just because of the nature of what it is. So I'm cutting off those, and then I really think this doesn't need to be there. So now I have 2 pieces for my book, the stationery book that is. So let me get rid of these out of our way. I don't need that piece. We will keep that for another project. I'm going to bring our book back. Now I am going to let's work on the first one. The first one is up here, and then I'll zoom out when we get to the bottom one, but I want you to have a close-up of what I'm doing. It's not rocket science, but I took one of my honeycombs and I kind of placed them where I want them first. These leaves, I'm not doing the little wiggle wiggle. I'm leaving them totally flat. I knew I wanted one over in this area, and I wanted another kind of coming down like so, kind of like in a, triangle-ish shape, except you're not doing one there. And then I wanted a wee little piece of one. I don't even need that big of one. We're going to do some surgery on this one. That will work. So now that I see where they're at, I'm going to take this layer off. I'm going to use my large bottle of Tombow, and I want these nice and flat. So I'm spreading the glue around the whole thing and placing it down. So that's going to go on last, but here, just kind of, you don't want a lot of glue, but you want it covering the whole as much as you can. So I'm going to place that back down. And now we're going to do this one. Get the glue started. And I'm kind of using my fingers as something to push against for when applying the glue around. All right. So I'm going to place this back here for a second to get a look at it. Okay, so because I want these sticking out of my sunflower. Next, I'm going to have I'm not worried about that, but these are going over on this side. So we're going to glue these 2 together, just like so. I'm going to put some glue on the top. And now it's glued to my sunflower. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I should use my little tiny bottle, but I'm just adding some glue to the outside bits of this honeycomb. Just quick little bits. Yes, so I'm going to place that down next. Now this, I'm not using any dimensionals except on the center of the sunflower. But I want as much as that down because I don't want it, going in a flyaway manner. So there we have it. All right, now I'm going to zoom out. Okay, I'm going to bring my camera up, zoom out if you will, so I can see, hopefully that is all in camera. We're down here at the bottom now, working with this one. This one, I know I want the honeycomb on that side. So first thing I'm going to do is put my 2 sunflower petals together, because I know those need to be together. We're going to place our sunflower, and we want that wonkiness of our honeycomb. Yes, just like that. I really like that. So we're going to place our honeycomb this time down first, because we know we want it right here. So we're going to start with that. And let's just getting glue all over my fingers. There we go. So I know I want it roughly right there. Not roughly, it is there. Okay, so next we're going to place this back. It's all about looking and placing things where you think they might work. Like, I like my petals there. This one I definitely want there. I want a little bit there, and that. Okay, I think we need this one up here, that there, and these over here matching that. That is where it's going to go. So I'm now going to glue this. I'm going to put a dab of glue there, and I am going to place that on my sunflower. Yes. These I'm going to glue down. I'm going to slide them right up underneath where I have it, so I still get an idea of. So I want it there. I'm using that as, you know, a positioning to determine where I'm putting my leaves. All right. There we have it. And now we're going to glue all of this down, not all the way to the edge. And I need quite a bit of glue on there because I don't want it coming up. Need to come up a bit. And I don't want any of this off my book. So there is so far our book, and it's looking really good. So like I said before, I used the little bee trinkets, these little bees, on there last time. I thought I would use these, but you know what, looking at those bees, we're gonna use these little ones. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 left, so we're using 2 just like I did on the other one. And I'm going to show you how I did those. If all you have are the other little bees, use those bees. I like these little trinket bees. I got them when they were on the clearance rack. And I don't always use all of those things. I have tons of stuff from past. So I put 1 glue dot on it. And now I'm going to add wet glue on there. I want this to be very secure. So I need to figure out where I'm putting my bees. I kind of like the idea of one there. And maybe, yeah, this one's going to go up here. They're going to be placed differently than the other one. But I like the idea of that one there. I'm trying to rub off glue off my fingers here. So 1 glue dot. Some glue on top because I want them next to our honeycomb there. So that is the cover. Now for the pen, that's what we're going to work on next. Let's get the Winkastella. I Winkastella'd everything. Brush your tops. Okay, I even did the vining. Now I come over and I go around the center, well, and then I brush outwards. So around the center and then brush outwards. I did a little stroke on all these other little leaves. And I did this bee with the Winka Stella. So now that's done. Now we're going to work on the pen. Now, I'll be honest, getting that pen back in there proved to be a bit difficult. So I'm going to move the glue dots. You could use glue dots to do this. I'm using tear tape. So we're using that 1 1/4 inch strip by 4 and 3/4 inch that we stamped. I'm leaving the cap on it for the moment. And I'm taking a piece of tear tape. Actually, I'm taking 2. And I'm going to put it right at the base of the cap, all the way down. And there is a ridge where this stops. And I am cutting it there. And we're going to do that twice. A strip on each side of the pen, wherever you want it to do it. I just want the paper to be nice and secure. That needs to be cut back a bit more. Okay, then I'm taking a strip and I'm putting a strip on one edge of the DSP. So 3 strips in total. I'm going to take my bone folder and give them a good going over. And then we're going to remove one of the strips on the pen. Take this, you're going to put it, hopefully I'm in the camera, you can see this little bump on my thing. I'm lining that up right to it. And I'm right up to the edge. There. Now all I'm going to do is roll this really nice and tight. Get halfway, partial way, take off the next strip. I'm going to roll it nice and tight some more. And right to the end, I'm going to take this off if I can. And just keep rolling it up. And there you have your pen cover. Now I told you we're going to be using this. Yeah, that glue was bothering me. So what I did with this time is I did not use glue or tear tape. I used glue dots. So I put glue dots on all the little petals. Let's see. This one I could probably put 2. Okay, so we're going to take off all these little petals. I'll show you in just a minute. Kind of hard when you're got glue on your fingers and everything wants to stick to your fingers. And we are going to need one more as it sticks to me. I'm going to show you a trick. If you don't have nail polish, put the glue dot on your finger. Take it off. You can roll it up. And that is what I'm sticking right there. Now I'm taking the seam and putting it to the back, and on the cap I'm just taking the end of the flower all the way down like so. And I took a, where are they? Opal rounds from the in colors of 21 to 23, and I took one of these pale papayas. think we'll do the large one. And I stuck it right on there. And that is the cap to my pen for my little stationery set. So I am going to put these away real quick. And then I'm going to show you. An opal round came off my package. Hold on. Where's a pen? It does not. Needs that sharp pointy end. I need to stick it back in the little sleeve. Okay, so I'm going to move all of this stuff aside. And let me bring you down again. Okay, because this got a little tricky. The trick I figured out was take the lid off of the pen. Then I used some, open this up, use my reverse tweezers. So when it got down to my paper, I just slid it on there. Otherwise, I was fussing with it quite a bit, and that might seem really like silly, but I really was. And I want my cap, I want the seam to be to the back. So there is our little stationery set. Gorgeous little gift. At least I think so. And let me zoom out so you can get a full view of the entire, as my camera doesn't want to go back down there. If I used it, sorry about me having to move the camera, but I want to show you the entire project. So this is the one we made just now. My bees are in different positions, but that for me is fine. Here's my little pen on this one. So there you have it, my little stationery gift set using this August 2022's Paper Pumpkin Sweet Sunflower. And it is sweet. I absolutely love it. The bees are what makes it sweet. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long for you. I hope me moving the camera did not bother you. I would greatly appreciate if you would let me know. Let me know what you thought of this project. If you like seeing projects like this. If you don't, I would be interested in knowing that too. I would love to be your demonstrator. If you don't have one, if you have a demonstrator, you really need to stay with your demonstrator. But if you don't have one, hey, let me know. And I'm got some people interested in doing a card exchange. I want to explain the difference between a card exchange and a card swap. Let me get my whiteboard out here for a moment. Excuse the Etsy thing on that. That's something else. But a card exchange is where you send your cards to other people who are interested in exchanging cards. This is not a card swap. It means you would not be sending me a card you make and me sending out packages to everybody. What I would do is I would have an email list of names and addresses, okay, and the individuals mail out their cards. Okay. Last year I did a Christmas card exchange. I really enjoyed it. I love getting mail. We make all these beautiful cards in this in paper crafting. I make a lot of cards. I want to be able to use those, not just to give them as gifts, but to mail them to people. And that's what a card exchange is you're mailing a card to someone. So what this would be is, if you are interested, let me know. And the email address, so I'll do a video just on this information, I guess, a small one. But my email address for this would be, it's all Allie's Wonderland Creations at gmail.com. You can contact me here. In this way, it's secure. Send your address, your name, no phone number, okay, just your name, address, and then what I will do is let's put, so this is September, October. This can be either a Christmas card. If you want to do Christmas cards, that's one thing, it's fine. If you just want to do just any cards, that's fine too. I would like it to be a monthly thing where if you want to participate, you need to let me know, and I will send the email address out to everybody from this. I will send the list of addresses from this particular email account that's just hooked to my YouTube channel. So if that is something that you're interested in, give me a shout out, let me know, send me your name and address, and we'll make the deadline for the card exchange. November 15th. That means on November 15th, I will send out the emails of the list of names for the email addresses who want to participate in the card exchange. So this is all up to you. I've had some people mention that they would be interested in it, so I'm trying to see who all might want to participate this year. I do have called, I'll have to double check. I do have a Facebook group that's a Christmas card exchange. I'm not sure if I've deleted it or not. It was from last year, and people posted pictures, and then they sent me their name and address, and I have that information. So if you're interested, let me know. Hey, but I want to say thank you very much for all the wonderful comments and suggestions. I am really trying hard, and I love what I do. I just love, love, love paper crafting. I love this hobby and everything about it. And I love sharing it with you all out there. And I love that some of you have even told me that you are actually making some of these projects. That's like that is the coolest thing ever to me. I love it. I miss, oh, that's my bee. He wasn't dry yet. I miss getting with groups and card crafting. That was something I really enjoyed a long time ago. So anyways, have a great day, YouTube, and come back and visit me in my wonderland, would you? Bye-bye now.